Hello, I think we're rolling. I'm trying this with my husband's little Kodak movie camera. So this is Nana JL 54 doing the little owl tutorial. So let's get started. I might have to do this in several things. So anyway, I went ahead and stamped him off. I think you guys can see him. I have to keep checking because, okay, down here. Okay, you guys can see him. I stamped him off, and what I do is I take my Stampin' Up! Markers and I, just kind of like, just color him. Let's see, which end do I want this end. Okay, so then I just start making little, little, can you see them? Little marks, see? I just start making little feather marks. I hope you can see, I'm gonna push him up here more. There, feather marks in his body, okay? And that's how I do that. And then I just, I take 3 colors. Everything's good in 3s, and I just make some more little feather marks. And we just, cover him up like that. And here's the 3rd one. So we'll take this one and we'll put some of this here. Anyway, I kind of fill him in with feathers, colored in feathers. And I go ahead and I take my marker and I, pick the brown that I want to use for him and I color him in. These are dye markers, so they're really great. Stampin' Up!, what can I say? And I color him in like that. And you get something that turns out like, well, like this. Underneath his, I don't know if you can see, but his whole body is done like that. Then I take my feathers. You can get these, they're called guinea feathers at Michael's. And I pick some that are gonna, work for him. And they have to kind of like, look alike, face different ways. So I think these will work. So I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna cut them. Measure them, you want them to work, you want them to work. So let's see, that one and this one is going to be about here. That's good. So you're going to have, he's going to have his wings. He's going to have, his wings. Honey, will you get that? There's his wings. So I went ahead and made one. And yeah, that's him. So oh, and then you take one of these little, pieces that you've cut off and you trim it some more and you stick it, you cut him out and you stick one of these little fuzzy things behind his head like that. Okay, so that's him and he's ready to roll. And then, let me move these feathers out of the way. And then we're gonna go to this. This is the Hero Arts wood block stamp. And yeah, so what we do is I took just, what do we call this? Craft cardstock. Let me back out a little. Okay, craft cardstock. And what I do is I ink it up. I use my Stampin' Up! Ink pad. It's a craft ink pad, so you can emboss with it. And what I do is I ink it up, try to ink it really good, because these big block stamps, background stamps are sometimes kind of hard to, Anyway, and I take my paper and I go at my stamp. So I drop it down, and then I try not to move the paper. And I have a brayer, but for some reason the brayer's not working out. I think I need one of those. I have a rubber brayer, and I think it just gives a little bit too much for this. So anyway, try and get that really on there good. Okay, and then pull it off, and there it is. And then I'm going to emboss it. So I'm going to, I know I'm out of the screen some, but I can't get everything in screen. I'm not used to this camera yet, so I'm putting the embossing powder on it, and I'm gonna turn on the heat gun. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the heat gun, and I've got everything sitting on a tile so it won't, you know, trash my, like try to heat your gun up before, okay, to where you almost can't stand it. And then, you know, hold it, and I don't like to like go all over like this. That just makes the stuff curl. It's gonna curl anyway. You can just undo it by blowing a little bit of the hot air on the back. And it's turning. It's like watching paint dry, but a little quicker. I love this stamp. But I got the new Tim Holtz embossing folder, so I want to try that too. Yeah, it doesn't matter because it's going to be curved around. It's going to be a tree trunk. And then what I do, I stamp it, and I've stamped it again in the interest of time. And then I also will go ahead and stamp some extra to do the limb. Let me just do that really quick. Let's do the limb really quick. I'm just going to push it on here really quick. On Sharon's, I didn't do a limb. I did another, I did a tree coming out of a tree. Okay, that's good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect for the limb because you're going to, you know, cut it out and make it look, you know. And you can always, you know, take your markers and color wherever you missed a spot or whatever. And just look that much more like a tree. Okay, and so I'm going to heat that up, and I'm going to emboss that. Get that more in frame. Okay. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to close up my Stampin' Up! Ink. This is great ink. I love this. This is my go-to ink. This is my favorite, I think. My favorite of most of my supplies. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out. And what I did was I just started, you know, just ragtagging it. Just kind of like, you know, cut down in and then cut in again and then cut up. Just, I don't know if you could see. But you know, you get the idea of it. Just raggedy, and I did both of them like that. The one that came out of, I didn't make two of them. So you know, they're everything I make is kind of different. I try not to make repeats unless I'm doing a swap. So what I did was I took the one that goes inside. I just took and cut along one of the I don't know, what do you call it, the veins in the tree or whatever, and I just, you know, cut it out like that, and then I started, you know, doing the whole zigzag thing down inside, you know, like that. Whoops, can you see that good? So I cut that, and then I mounted this guy, you know, coming out of the tree, and then, I'm sorry, this is a kind of sort of, but I don't know how to edit. So then, you know, he's going to pull up out of there. He's going to pull up out of there like that. And I used this this chipboard album for the background, and I just gessoed it, and I picked out the paints that I thought would make a really pretty tree, and I put sky in the background and clouds, and then I painted my tree over all of that and my bush at the bottom. So that's what I did. And if I left anything out, you guys have any questions, this stamp is a stamp that Rena gave me. She's so sweet, and it's one of those, I think it's a solo stamp from Michaels, and yeah, I love it. So go make yourself it doesn't have to be this stamp. You could pick out any owl, even if he's already colored and decorated in the center. You can color over him or mask him off or color over him, whatever you want to do. So I gotta go. It's almost 10 minutes, and we'll chat back at you later. Bye.